Yo, what's good everyone? Hope you're doing great. So today I'm gonna talk about two short stories. Yes sir! The stories are gonna be about cocaine. One of the worst shit known to man in my opinion. Hope you're gonna like the stories, and if you don't, well fuck you. So let's get right into it. The first story is gonna be about when I almost got forced to take some coke. It all started with me chilling inside my house, doing absolutely nothing like the no life that I am, and my moment of being a vegetable got disturbed by a friend calling me. I'm gonna call him Kyle. So Kyle called me and said, "Yo dude, are you down to smoke some weed tonight?" I mean, I was getting called almost every day by the same dude, and just like always, answered and was for sure down to smoke with my bro. I grabbed my weed stuff while Kyle was going to pick me up at my house with his Honda Civic. As soon as he got there, I hopped into his car, dabbed him up and started making out with him. Then we got to our favorite spot to smoke the Devil's Lettuce, which is between a park and a library. So we immediately started smoking the Zaza, but the huge problem occurred. We ran out of weed. This was the end of the world. We couldn't live without our favorite drugs in our possession, so we immediately called a plug to save our asses. After waiting during this horrible moment as we were baked as shit, we saw a car coming to our direction. It was a car I've never seen before, and it was a blue Kia Rio. A really old ass car, half rusted, but we immediately knew it was the plug. I mean, a car that is that much beaten up couldn't be something else than the plug's car. So we hopped into the car, and for sure it was none other than our plug, but he was with a side character. The driver was somebody I've never seen in my life. The dude looked like a 25 years old with a beard. Pretty sure he was the plug's homie, but we didn't care about him. All we wanted was to get a weed. So we all started talking with each other and having fun, but then the driver started being a little bit weird. It didn't bother me since all I wanted was to get the good shit. But then disaster strikes. Before giving her shit, the driver and my plug started doing lines of coke on a phone. It was my first time seeing cocaine in my life, so it was kinda weird for me to see this shit. And the driver kept saying that we should try some and it's gonna be the best moment in our lives. My homie and I kept denying and were not interested into trying that shit. Cocaine is one of the worst shit in my opinion. But the driver kept getting more and more mad at us as we kept denying until he was screaming in the car and said, "Dude! If you don't do a line with me, you're never gonna get out of the car, so just do one together and I'll leave you alone." And he kept saying more stuff like that, but we still kept denying. We really didn't want to touch his white powder. He kept screaming more and more, so I was shitting fucking bricks, dude. Never in my life I am going to do coke, and nobody should do that shit for real. As I was pissing myself, my plug kept talking to me to calm me down because even my plug was in her side. He clearly saw that I was panicking for my life. But then the plug said to his friend to shut the fuck up and to give us the weed that we wanted. And surprisingly, the driver did what he said. We gave him the money, he gave us the weed. Then we immediately got out of the car panicking for our lives and were just happy to be out of this unharmed. So we just started smoking again, and now that I think about it, we were really lucky that the weed wasn't laced with some chemicals. It wouldn't surprise me honestly. And that's it for the first story, and now the other story is gonna be a short one I think. Anyways, it's all about the worst chill I've ever been in my life. So it all starts with me chilling inside my house once again, then guess what? I got a call from somebody. And they were the best friend of one of my friends, and for some reason they wanted to chill with me. It was kinda surprising, but I always loved to see some people, so of course I accepted. So I got into my car and started driving to a city. They gave me an address to meet them, and when I got there, the house was really messed up. It was worse than a house in a hood. So I knocked on the door, and inside was even worse. There was garbage everywhere, and also there was people all inside of the house. Then I found out it was actually inside of a crack house. All those people were crackheads living there. After walking a little bit on the pile of garbage, I finally found the people who invited me into this mess. It was two girls. So I got inside of a room with the two girls and we just started talking with each other a little bit, and they were really nice honestly. One of the girls showed me a few stuff that she owns, like a pellet gun. I really like pellet guns, so it was really nice to see. But then the chill turned into a whole nother type of vibe. One of the girls pulled out a little bag with some white powder in it. I knew immediately what they were doing. And they started snorting the shit out of that powder with no mercy. This moment was extremely uncomfortable for me, so I asked them if I could smoke a little bit of grass to make myself more comfortable. So I smoked a little bit and stayed there for a while. When it was getting late, the girls clearly saw that I was getting tired and sleepy as hell. The fact that I was high wasn't making shit any better, so I set my head out, and before going they kept insisting that I should do some coke before going since it's going to make me feel awake. But like bruh, I'm pretty sure doing coke before driving would make shit even worse. But they kept insisting and saying it was for my safety and they were worried that I would crash during my way home. But I kept saying no, and at least they didn't force me anything, so I hopped into my car, drove home, and that's it for the two stories. Hope you like them. Like and subscribe if you want, and goodbye.